What is up? Seth Humphrey here with the Gorilla Alliance. If you're watching this video, then that means that you are interested in my ultimate morning checklist. Here's the deal. I'm not one of these guys that talks about it. I own 3 businesses. I've done this for the last 18 years. And I see a lot of men who will say, I need more motivation. I'm lacking motivation. And what I found is we don't really have a motivation issue as much as men have an energy issue. So this morning checklist, when you look at it, it's very easy for you to look at it and go, that's too simple. It can't possibly work. And that's what most smart, success-driven men do is we look at things that we think could be too easy or too simple, and we want to make it more difficult. We want to make it hard because we've bought into the story that hard gets us results. And what I want you to understand is it's not hard to get you results, it's consistency. And so we need to have simple plan and then have consistency around that. And here's what I guarantee: if you do this for 7 days, now some of you may be in great shape, and that's awesome. You may have hard killer workouts that you already do, and that's awesome. But a lot of us, we need to start back at the simple. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain each task and why we're doing these tasks. And all I ask is for the next 7 days, 2 weeks, let's go in and with integrity, let's hit all the objectives that's on the daily morning checklist, but also the daily list that's at the end of the day as far as that stuff goes. So one, you get a half a point for not taking your phone. You can take your phone if you need a light or something, or you just want to be able to make sure you have it just in case. But go for a 10-minute walk, whether that's going outside, whether that's walking on a treadmill or whatever it may be. No headphones, nothing, no sound, no TV. Go for a walk outside and just be quiet. And what this is going to do is going to kill two birds with one stone. One, it's going to help us give a little bit of a make us not as reactive. As men, where a lot of times we're reactive. Somebody cuts us off, we're putting the middle finger up to flip them off, even though we've cut them off a million times before that. My point in that is when we're not so reactive, what happens is we're able to think before we react, so it creates some space, so then we're not wasting time and energy. On the other side of that, it's going to help you get your steps in, which is going to be one of our daily focuses at the end of the day, is trying to hit 10,000 steps. So a half a point for just going for a walk with no phone, or with not listening to anything or having the phone on when you're doing it, as far as that stuff goes. That's the first thing we're going to start with. You can do it however you want. You can go for a walk first thing and get it done. You could wake up and knock out 30 ounces of water before caffeine is the next one. Reason why we're having 30 ounces of water before we have caffeine is majority of men go to sleep. They may get 5 to 6 to 8 hours of sleep. They wake up. The first thing they do is reach for coffee, and coffee is caffeine, which dehydrates us. So now you've gone 6 to 8 hours without any water, and then you go into drinking coffee, which dehydrates us, and then what happens is we wonder why we're overwhelmed, we wonder why we're groggy, because our brain is made up about 85% of water and fluids. So we need to hydrate first thing in the morning. And so I just set a rule with myself that says, hey, before I can have this caffeine that I definitely want, I got to have 30 ounces of water beforehand. So you get a half a point for the 10-minute walk with no phone. You get a half a minute or half a point for drinking that 30 ounces of water before you have any caffeine. The other part is we're going to do some breathing. On this breathing, what I want it to be is we're going to do a 20-second inhale through your nose. You're going to do 20-second inhale through your nose, and really you're trying to take all that air and you're trying to expand your stomach out as you're doing that. You can do this standing up, you can do this seated. But what we're trying to do is just in through our nose for 20 seconds. And it'll be a little bit difficult. You may get to like 14 seconds and it's like, I can't hardly do anymore. Just a little bit more in, a little bit more in. Take for 20 seconds and you're going to hold for 20 seconds. So now we've taken in our nose for 20 seconds. We've held for 20 seconds. And then you're going to exhale out your nose for 20 seconds. That's the 1 minute breath. So then we'll be 20 seconds, all out nose, slow and controlled, and then take a big deep breath in, and then you're done. You do this, and you do this like either while you step into the cold shower or you do this before the cold shower. One, again, it's going to help you get kind of some clarity. It's going to help you shift out of the state that you're in, kind of a meditation, if you will, and create that clarity, but also, or create that space. But it will also help you step into the cold shower. Now, the cold shower is, I would ideally be 3 minutes. You can kind of work up to that. But the deal with the cold shower is like, I get in every morning and usually get in my ice barrel, so it's a lot colder. But with the cold shower is getting in that cold in the morning takes my energy from about a 3 or a 4, where I'm just like, oh man, takes it up to like a 7 or an 8. So stepping in that cold, either doing your 1 minute breath while you're in there, or doing it before you get in, or just practicing in your nose, out your nose, breathing while you're in there, is going to be one of those things that does a couple different things. It builds your confidence on a whole other level, because you're doing something that a majority of men won't even try to do. The other one, it gives you so much energy. And then it also helps you with that procrastination muscle as well. As like the majority, when they wake up and they see that I got to do cold, that's the first thing they try to do, is try to push that off and then try to procrastinate whatever it may be. By you going in and just addressing and doing the hardest thing first, it'll help you step in and do harder things first, moving forward. So now you've got half a point for the walk, with the no phone. You got half a point for 30 ounces of water before caffeine. You got a half a point for a cold shower. You have a half a point for your breathing. So we have 2 points now. The next one is we're going to do a green shake. That green shake is going to be as simple as taking some frozen spinach, frozen kale, taking some frozen berries, throwing in some almond butter or some almond milk or coconut milk, and then taking a scoop of protein. That is a complete breakfast. That's going to fill you up. If you have that first thing in the morning time, then you've actively started making a good decision as far as food goes. And then that will lean into more of breakfast and dinner and lunch. You'll start thinking a little bit more about it. But just by you just having the green shake, it can definitely start helping you with energy and help you just feel better across the board as far as that stuff. Half a point for a green shake. And then I want you to look back at your previous day, so the day before, and I want you to identify 3 wins from the day before. The reason why we do this is a majority of men are looking at how far they have to go. They're looking at that most ideal version of themselves. And what you understand is like that's a long haul. That's a lot of suffering in between there. So what we want to do is we want to turn around. We want to shift our focus on winning. If your mind's the happiest when it's winning. So we want to put our focus on winning first thing in the morning on our day prior. And by doing that, it helps us put our focus on winning. And when you focus on winning, winning what you get. So if you focus on losing, you're going to lose. You focus on winning, you're going to win. And I want to win in everything I do. Now, on the last part there. So you got record your 3 wins. You have green shake. You have breathing, the 1 minute breath. You have cold shower, you have 30 ounces of caffeine before you have any kind of, or 30 ounces of water before you have any caffeine, and then you have your 10-minute walk. So what we have there is now we have 3 points total. On the other side of that, I want you to daily try to get 10,000 steps in. So by the end of your day, getting 10,000 steps in, that's going to be a half point. And then no fast food is going to be a half point. So by the end of your day, you're going to have 3 points to start your day off, to start your morning off before you ever hit the door. Hit those 3 points. And then you get also another half point for getting your 10,000 steps. And you get another half point for eating no fast food throughout the day. Put this into play for a week to 2 weeks. This is something that's going to start helping you get started. And then from there, you're going to be feeling better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to get more accomplished. And what's going to start happening is you're going to start wondering, like, what's the next level? How can I step this up from there? And from there, if you want to join me in the Game to 180, That's where we're going to really lay it out, and we're going to go for 6 weeks. I'm going to give you even more detailed in the morning routine so we can step into our power to start our day. But then we'll have 42-day targets to work towards in every area when it comes to our fitness, family, faith, and finances and fun. And we have a group of men that run together in that group, and just try to become the best that we can be during that 6 weeks, and really get a feel for what it's like to work with me for the 42 days. That game to 180, the reason why I call it the game to 180 is it changes our perspective. So it flips us from here and turns us around in another direction. So as men, we go all in for our family. We go all in to take and provide. And then when it comes to ourselves, we look at ourselves in the mirror like, damn, I got to do something. And what I want you to know is like when you show up for you on another level, you show up for your family on another level as well. And that's what I want to help you with. So it's not a motivation issue. It's an energy issue. Check this out. Try it out. Shoot me a message. Let me know how it goes from there. And I appreciate you for downloading. Talk soon.